Come here.
Camera set.
And background. Action, Blake. June.
I promise you, you have absolutely nothing to be scared of, okay? I've done this surgery so many times, all right? All you gotta do is close your eyes and you're gonna be great, all right? Bye, Emily. I'll see you later.
Hi, I'm so sorry.
Wait, what are you...
No, I just,
Is everything okay?
Yeah, you forgot this.
Wait, what? No, babe, this isn't mine.
I know, I happen to love you too.
Seriously, what was that moment? Because that wasn't just any kiss, that was the kiss heard around the world. The kind of off-script chaos that sends the entire internet into meltdown mode. Justin Baldoni and Blake Lively locked lips in a way no one, not even the crew, was ready for. And the real question that instantly exploded online was simple: who actually started it? Did Justin lean in first? Did Blake make the first move? Well, plot twist, it was Blake. Blake Lively herself stepped forward and kissed Justin completely off script, catching everyone, including Justin, completely off guard. And if you remember that moment, you know exactly how wild the reaction was. Fans froze, cameras kept rolling, and suddenly a single off-script kiss turned into the most shocking moment of the entire production. It wasn't just a scene, it was a spark, a slip, and a scandal all wrapped into one viral second dot in her lawsuit against Justin. Blake claimed that during a simple dancing scene, he crossed boundaries, that he kissed her forehead, lightly caressed her shoulder or neck, and even commented on how good she smelled. But if you remember Justin's original complaint, the one Judge Lyman dismissed, his version was completely different. According to Justin, it was Blake who initiated the improvisation during intimate scenes. He said he only responded as any trained actor would, adapting in the moment because improv is a natural part of performing. He emphasized that he didn't take offense, didn't see it as inappropriate, and only went along with it because, in the world of acting, moments get added, adjusted, or shifted unexpectedly. For him, it wasn't misconduct, it was professionalism. Generally, kisses in films are almost always written directly into the script. There's nothing accidental about them. But in Justin's response to Blake's lawsuit, especially in the summary judgment filings, his lawyer submitted a declaration stating that this kiss was not scripted at all. And the receipts line up. If you watch the final cut of the movie, that entire hospital kiss moment is missing. They deleted it. The scene was later reshot in Lillian Ryle's apartment, where Blake says the same line but without any kiss, without any improvised intimacy, and in a completely different setting. In other words, the production cut the hospital version entirely because it wasn't supposed to happen in the first place. And here's the core of Justin's argument. He didn't initiate that moment. Blake did. She went off script. This was one of several examples Justin and his attorneys used to show the court that the very behavior Blake accused him of was behavior she had also engaged in herself, sometimes even more directly. Another issue that surfaced was the claim that Justin called Blake sexy during filming. Blake said she was upset and offended by that comment, especially in the well-known bar scene where the cast is in onesies. But the footage his team released paints a more complicated picture. In one clip, Blake acts like the comment crossed a line. And yet, in another clip, she's literally on the floor laughing and telling a group of guys how sexy her own shoes are. The contrast is sharp. Justin's team wanted the court to see that the narrative Blake was presenting didn't match the on-set reality or the recordings.
Thank you so much.
Ready, everybody? We really should go, please. So, again, who's gonna watch everything here? A wall comes in, right? So please make sure that nobody's standing right here, please. Okay. All right.
All right.
Somebody lock it up.
Toothpick, please. Viv, do you have a toothpick?
Yeah, right here.
Thank you. Whatever you do, you're always pantomime talking to one another. You're always saying something, right? About the game.
Yeah, I'm going over there. Next to Hassan.
All right, we should go.
Oh, really?
Looks it good for you?
Oh, can you put you in the freaking in the boys league?
Yeah.
I've been drawing good.
That scene. That scene. Besties, you know exactly which one I'm talking about. The one so explosive, so questionable, so messy that if this case ever reaches a courtroom, it's going straight in front of a jury. Because that's the moment Blake and Miss Jenny insist the inappropriate comments were made. It's the centerpiece of their entire allegation, the scene they're hanging the emotional weight of their claims on. And the wild part, this one clip alone is powerful enough to shift the energy of the whole lawsuit. This isn't just a scene in a movie. It's the scene that could decide whether this becomes a PR disaster, a legal earthquake, or both. In that scene, the same one Blake and Miss Jenny keep circling back to, they claim Justin made a comment about her outfit being sexy. But here's the twist. That's not even what he said. The audio is messy, it's hard to hear, and honestly, you'd probably have to rewind it a couple of times to sort out who's saying what. But if you've watched the movie, you already know the setting. They're out at a bar, all of them dressed in onesies because apparently that's a Boston thing, wear a onesie. Get cheaper drinks, maybe even free ones. It's playful, chaotic, goofy energy, and the entire cast is leaning into it. You see them all laughing, moving around, and just vibing through the scene like it's one big inside joke, and that's exactly why this moment matters. It wasn't an intimate setup. It wasn't a private whisper. It wasn't even a serious tone. It was a loud bar scene, everyone in costume, everyone acting out the same carefree improvisational energy. The claim doesn't match the vibe, and that contrast is exactly what Justin's team keeps pointing out. In that moment, everyone's in their onesies, squeezed into a tiny dive bar that looks like it has no air conditioning whatsoever. It's crowded, it's humid. It's the kind of place where the lights are dim and everyone is sweating through their costumes. Jenny, unlike the rest of them, isn't as covered up. And you can see Justin getting concerned, not in a flirty way, but in a continuity and scene-matching way. He's trying to make sure she blends in with what everyone else is wearing. You can hear him say, almost nervously, but we're all wearing our onesies, right? And then, half laughing, half worried, I think it'll be hot. It's not flirtation. It's production panic. Then, mid-chaos, he notices Blake has something stuck in her teeth. And instead of ignoring it or making it awkward, he quietly tries to help, asking someone to grab her a toothpick. It's basic professionalism, making sure the actor on camera doesn't have something distracting in a close-up. This moment is not offensive in any way, not even close. Think about it. If you're directing a film and your lead actress has, I don't know, green beans stuck in her teeth in 4K, you're not going to let that slide. You don't want your star looking foolish on camera because something tiny and embarrassing shows up in a close-up. So Justin asking someone to grab Blake a toothpick isn't flirty, shady, or inappropriate. It's literally basic professionalism. Blake gets the toothpick, starts working at her teeth, finally gets the food out. And then she turns around and gives Justin this death glare. Not a light side-eye, a full-on how dare you notice look. And honestly, I don't think she was offended by anything he said about the outfit. Not even a little. I think she was embarrassed. Mortified that anyone, especially him, noticed she had something in her teeth. And that embarrassment turned into irritation. So instead of letting it go, instead of admitting it was just an awkward on-set moment, she inflated it. She didn't want the story to be, I was mad because he saw food in my teeth, because that would sound silly and petty. So she redirected it, reframed it, and turned it into something bigger, something more dramatic, something that fit the narrative she was trying to build later. So now she's going to claim he called her sexy. But let's pause and think about this. As the director on set, Justin's job is to oversee the creative vision. That includes wardrobe, how scenes look on camera, and making sure everything reads well in the shot. It's literally part of his job to notice details like clothing, fit, or even how an outfit comes across on screen. And yet, even while he's commenting, giving his professional opinion, nothing actually changes. Blake doesn't unzip the onesie, doesn't adjust her outfit, doesn't even flinch. She stays exactly as she is. So who really had control in that moment? Justin can share his opinion. That's his role. But Blake maintains complete autonomy over her appearance. The bigger story is why she got upset in the first place. She wasn't offended by a wardrobe comment. She was embarrassed that Justin noticed something in her teeth. That minor moment of self-consciousness got inflated into anger, which she then reframed into a claim of impropriety. Meanwhile, Jenny, right there on set, doesn't even look annoyed or upset. The contrast is telling. This is why I think Blake's team tried to manipulate perception. If a jury sees the footage, it's crystal clear. This isn't sexual harassment. This is a professional actor-director doing his job, noticing a detail, and helping keep the scene polished. Anyone in her shoes would be mortified to have food in their teeth, and Blake's reaction says far more about embarrassment and ego than it does about misconduct. Honestly, I would be mortified if I had something stuck in my teeth and it was being filmed in 4K for everyone to see. Justin, in that moment, wasn't being inappropriate. He was literally protecting Blake from herself. He was making sure she didn't look foolish on camera, doing his job as a director and a professional actor. And yet somehow, this perfectly normal professional act got twisted into he called me sexy in the narrative. It's absurd. And then there's the next clip. Blake on the floor, proudly showing off her boots to a group of people, and she literally calls them sexy. The contrast couldn't be sharper. Here she is, openly commenting on herself, on her outfit, on her shoes, all playful, all harmless. Yet the moment Justin points out something minor becomes exaggerated into a harassment claim. The juxtaposition is almost cartoonish, but it perfectly illustrates the way perception can be manipulated to fit a story, even when the reality is completely ordinary and professional.